Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Due Process League. We have a game for you today. It's me, Gooby, and I'm right here with Spooky. How are you
Hello.
doing today?
Doing great. I'm excited to see these two teams go at it.
I am too. I have been out of it for a little bit, but I have heard they are very good. I casted the Slaughterhouse match back during the qualifiers, actually, and they played extremely well. So I'm excited to see them again today.
Yeah, they have a lot of very strong players on both sides. I know a lot of the players on Slaughterhouse are very, very well experienced with the game. They all know what they're doing. Specifically, Mackie and Volps. Like I know those two players are both very strong players, and I think Slaughterhouse has a pretty good chance of doing well during this match. And same thing with HYPA. HYPA has some very strong players as well. So I'm excited to see how they go against each other. I'm interested in seeing this dynamic between both teams.
Yeah. And how have each team done over the course of the season so far? We're in week 4 now, aren't we?
Yeah, I think so. So, I mean, obviously, the fact that they're playing right now means that they've been doing pretty well. I mean, they have to get through a lot of hoops to get to the point where they are now, and so I think that they're both ready to absolutely put their most into this match because they have to. Yeah, if they want to, um, keep on going further into the league, they're gonna have to put their best effort here.
Oh, definitely. Now, is there anything special we're going to be looking for? Maybe something that either team may be specifically good at that you know of, maybe.
Well, I know Birdie on Hypa's side is pretty good with snipers, but the same thing goes for Mackie on Slaughterhouse. I know that quite a long time ago, and I'm sure still now, Mackie was known for being a very strong player on the mop. And same thing with Birdie. I've seen a lot of clips of Birdie absolutely demolishing people's heads in some matches with the mop and other snipers as well. So I'm interested to see in how those two do with snipers. And there's also a lot of other players on both teams. And I believe Zombie Bacon as well is playing on Hypa's side. So I know that Zombie Bacon is also a very strong player along with the rest of them. I mean, everyone on both these teams are very, very, very strong players.
Excellent. And then I'm sitting here watching. They're queuing up. They're not queuing up just yet. They're partying up right now. So we still have a little bit. So what do you think? Which team do you think has maybe an advantage, maybe on attack, maybe, or both more of are they both more of attacker side teams? Do we have anything? Do you think maybe one's favored for maybe attack or defense? Do you think?
I'm not sure actually. I mean, both teams are. I mean, they're all aimers. They're absolutely great at what they do. So I'm not too sure. I mean, we saw that last game, which didn't get streamed unfortunately. But last game, we did see a lot of attacker wins, and I'm not sure if that was just because the two teams fighting or if there was some funkiness going on with the maps being kind of attacker sided. But um, I'm not too sure. I think that both teams here have a pretty equal chance of doing well on attack, although if I remember correctly, I think that Hypa has got a very strong defender game as well, if I remember correctly. So I think that that might put a wrench in Slaughterhouse's plans if I'm remembering correctly, obviously. But I think I don't know. I think they're pretty even, but I'm not too sure on how Hypa is gonna do on defense. I think they have a strong defender game.
I mean, they probably would have to be because of you said so many of them were such aimers with the that mop. So
Yeah.
it will be quite interesting to see how this whole thing plays out. It'll definitely be interesting as far as maps go because that's due process. The maps are the big wild card here. So
Yeah, there's some funky maps in the map pool right now that I've seen.
there really are.
I don't know if you've seen the one kill house with the breezeway, like completely like long hallway, and then
Oh,
like
the
that just extends off
prolonged
the
wall.
distance. Yeah,
Yes. That will be I'm actually quite excited. I hope that one's in the map pool because
yeah. I'm not
that
too
just
sure.
that one looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I don't know how well that would go. I mean, the map looked. I thought it would be really defender sided because of the like lengths attackers have to go to get to the actual bomb site. But there's also a lot of windows that the attackers can use to like aim at the defenders' like, angles. So I'm actually not too sure if that map's attacker or defender sided, if anything.
And it looks like both teams are queued up. So we can hop into the match here in a second.
Yeah, hopefully we start off with some great rounds because I think that once one of the teams gets the ball rolling on attacker, it might become a little bit of a steamroll. I'm not too sure because sometimes certain teams will just win one round and then just use that to absolutely kick off into the next few rounds. They just keep that momentum going.
Uh, yes, definitely a lot of potential here to snowball for both these teams.
So it looks like we are starting up soon here.
I am currently attempting to load into the match. We shall see.
Yeah, I think we're starting off now, and I believe if I actually I was gonna say I saw one of the teams on attacker side, but I don't remember actually which team was on attacker side. I believe that Slaughterhouse is on attacker starting off. Yes. See, we have Slaughterhouse starting off on attacker side, and HYPA is on defense now. A very interesting kill house map here, actually. It's not the long boy that we would have wanted, but this is also a bit of a strange map. It's got that vault setup that most kill house maps seem to have, but it's also got a weird courtyard in the middle. What's going on with that?
I am actually having trouble loading into the match right now.
All good, all good.
I need to do a quick restart.
Yeah, well, I mean, this map is certainly interesting. It's got a bit of a courtyard in the middle, which allows for a lot of people. I mean, if you're in club, I'm not too sure about this angle, but you might be able to snipe from this window all the way to this room. So I think you might be able to see into other rooms from these windows. And I mean, these red door entrances are looking pretty strong as well. I mean, they have to take office because they have to press that button, if anything. Although I'm not too sure if they're actually gonna close it off because the second that you press that button, that vault door is gonna open. It's gonna swing open and block off. So if you do go office, you're gonna have to either have teammates already in kitchen, or you're gonna have to rotate all the way around from club to backstage to parking garage to kitchen and then into the vault, which is a big run if you're an attacker, especially of the amount of time that it wastes.
Really is. Well, I mean, you could always have someone attempt to hit the button and then make a sprint for it, but I'm not
Yeah, I don't know
sure
how far
how
you'd
well that
get.
would work.
I'm not too sure. I want to see someone do that because I'm not actually too sure how far you'd get. I don't know if you'd make it in time. I think that door takes a while to open, so you might have a chance. But there is a lot of defenders stacked up on that north side right there. They're ready for that button press.
Yep, and here they go. They are currently slowly. They're making their way around to the south side of the map. One's just kind of hanging out right now. Looks like they're gonna go for that red door breach and club. And there's the breach. Some shots coming out from the defenders, but they're not going to hit anybody. There's one kill out onto Birdie from Volps. Shots out everywhere, but not really any kills going other than that first one. Not even really too much damage either. There's a Molotov out to delay the attackers, but still just lots of wall bangs, but
Oh,
not
Zombie Bacon.
too much damage going out.
Yeah, Zombie Bacon took a big hit there trying to run up and she.
Oh, and there we go. There's a kill from Mackie. And then the attackers rush in. Lots of kills going out. Inked gets Resi, and Josh takes down. Oh man, Rain with the double gets Zombie and Ziled. They just got to get the bomb now.
Yep.
Waiting on Rain to hit that button. There's the button. And now Mackey's going to go in for the defuse. And the defenders are probably going to do a little bit of shopping beforehand.
Yeah, that was a quick round, if anything. I mean, they were a little bit patient on that door, but once that Molotov went off, they just they ran in and they started clearing the room out.
All right, and I've loaded into the match. So now we get a little bit more quality now that I can kind of see what's going on. So yeah, it looks like a little bit of a stall there in club from the attackers. They got that initial kill on Birdie, but there was a lot of wall bangs going on. Little bit of sandpapering as far as damage goes, but it really took the attackers until they pushed into that kitchen, or into that office, sorry, and really started pushing into lockers before they were able to get those kills.
Yeah, that early pick on the birdie probably hurt the defenders a lot. They were down a player immediately, which did not bode well for the rest of the round. And especially with that kind of hold, I mean, all it really took to push in there, like you said, was like a little bit of pressure coming in from both sides, and the defenders started to crumble as well as flashes going out. It's really rough to try to defend that, especially when you lose a player that early on. But now we're moving on to the C-Store map from that Kill House win from Slaughterhouse. Another interesting setup map. We have a storefront skylight here, and well, I mean, the best route you could take to the bomb, if anything, you could go through shed, but it does alert the defender side about your plans to move into storage. Going into office is another decent play. You've got the power in tellers. You can then go into bathroom, then go into freezer. Or if you really want to, you could just go straight through storefront, drop in through the skylight, hit those shelves, and just run straight into the bomb room. Although the problem with that is that you're basically surrounded from all directions. This map seems to be a big like oval kind of shape. Like it's very center focused. It seems everything really has a sight line into the center here. I mean, every room for the most part has a kind of peek into the storefronts. If you drop in there, someone's gonna know you're in there, and they can spray you down from here. They can spray you down from tellers, arcade. Freezer, basically anywhere. It's a bit of a rough take if you're going storefront, but it does look like they want to take the storage, I think. Storage, or maybe they're going through storefront. Actually, it might be going there the storefront breach. I think that is what they're going for, which, once again, isn't a bad play as long as you know where to look.
What are the odds that you think we're going to see some sort of wall breach? Probably not on this map. Maybe once they swap sides, that what do you think that the odds that we're going to see maybe a wall breach on these shutters?
I don't know, maybe, because I mean, it's not the most conventional plan. I mean, the shutters not too useful. They've got the skylight that they could drop into, and then maybe the wall charge might work on the factory. Sometimes factories get a little funky with the walls that you can do.
And speaking of that skylight, it looks like the attackers are going to be going for that skylight. Defenders taking some shots out the storage door. And the SH just kind of dancing around that skylight, trying to make sure that there's no one hiding in a corner up over there in storefront.
Yeah, they have
and there goes
zombie bacon
there goes
and colors.
grenade and flash out into arcade, and they're in. Bolts goes down. Birdie goes down. Mackie Moose and Shady doing a little ring around the rosy. Mackie goes down to that auto shotty, but Shady gets taken down by Rain. Geek, he's going to be waiting in that corner for Rain to come in there. Resi and Josh and Tellers take down Zombie Bacon as he rushes in. They're moving up into office. Some shots back and forth from bathroom. Xylo with the Molotov out to delay them. He's going to take refuge in one of those stalls, hopefully to take Resi or whoever pushes by surprise. Although it looks like the attackers are going to back off a little bit. Maybe thinking about going through those freezer doors. But it looks like they're gonna come back and try that bathroom push again. They're gonna shoot into those stalls. Xylo jumps out and gets the double. Rain takes down Xylo, but Geek doesn't get the kill on Rain, and he's got a shotty. We've got 23 seconds remaining. Rain trying to get that wall bang, but just barely missing. Geek taking a peek, but he rounds the corner, takes some shots, but he doesn't get Rain. Both are very low on health. He begins to fuse. He's trying to bait him out.
I don't think Rain gets the defuse.
I don't. No,
Nope.
no, no. There's no
He gets a
time.
kill,
Oh,
though.
but he gets the kill. Defenders win, but they lost all of their they lost all of their equipment. So not not it's a very close round. Very, very
Yeah,
close.
that ended up down to the
That
wire.
was
I think Geek made the right call there, holding off and just letting Rain completely get paranoid about the peak.
he really did. Although he wasn't able to get the kill onto Rain, but you know, that as long as he won the round, I think that's all he was looking for.
Yeah, I think getting that defender win is pretty important. I mean, especially in some of these matches, I know that a lot of these strong players get very, very strong attacking rounds in. So as long as you can win one defender round, that's not bad. And I think that barbed wire setup in the freezer shelves really saved them that round because Rain had to run all the way through that barbed wire, which significantly slowed their push into the freezer, which made them even more paranoid because they were paranoid that they were going to peak during the barbed wire, the bomb defuse. I mean, there was a lot that could have gone wrong there, and just being anxious there was really what lost them that round, sadly. But we do have an even score now, and moving on to factory. I mean, what do you think about this factory map? I mean, it's very open right in the center, and especially with this office, like this office
It's
row of windows is crazy.
kind of a abnormally large office right here.
Yeah, it's very long.
Long boy office.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't get the long kill house, but I mean, this
Yeah,
works. This isn't bad.
really does. And there's quite a few quite a large dock here as well.
Yeah, the dock's southern area. I mean, there's two possible entry points. You either have dock 3 or dock 5 that you can go through, and I'm not sure if either of them are smart plays, to be honest, because I
It's
mean,
very open.
it's very open. There's a lot of things that could go wrong when you push docks here. I mean, you can get shot from office, you can get shot from the conveyor belts, you can get shot from all the way back here with a mop. Although I think there's a little bit of a sight blocker there, but still, um, there's a lot better options here. You have office door, which isn't terribly great because there is a large choke point right there that the defenders have marked out with a barbed wire. And storage isn't that great either. You could get sniped, although if you have a saber on your side, you might be able to take some of these long angles, and I think that's exactly what they're going for, perhaps. I think they want to go for storage. Take that green door and use a saber. That's exact. Yep, Mackie
Yeah,
on the
Mackie
saber.
with
I
the
predicted.
saber. Oh,
Can't get
but
the mop,
we got
but the
him pushing
saber.
office.
Oh,
Open.
interesting.
There we go. Yeah, Mackie going storage. There's the breach into office. But it looks like it was a fake. Maybe Josh there for some just as a distraction, but the rest of the attackers, they're all going up to storage. Yeah, Josh trying to make as much noise as possible, but I think the defenders have figured it out at this point. Rezi gets the kill. Folds
Oh,
goes down though from Shady.
yeah, Shady sprayed through that fence, the wall bang, just completely blind.
Uh-oh, Baking caught out on the catwalk. But everyone else pushing forward. Mackie peeking that angle. Rezi goes down though from another wallbang by Shady. But Josh gets the kill.
Oh,
There's
the
a
wall
wall
charge.
charge onto the bomb. Geek with the
Oh,
mauling throw. Wow, what a throw.
oh my God, the
Oh,
plays during the stunt.
Geek taking some shots. He's peeking with that Legros. Gets the kill.
Oh,
Mackie with the smoke out onto the bomb. It's a 1v1 situation. Geek half health. Mackie with a saber. So this is kind of it. Mackie gets the hit onto Geek and it's over. Some hits onto Mackie from
whoa.
Geek. Oh, some shots. Mackie, he's making his way around to the bomb. And there's the
Oh,
kill.
man,
Plenty of
that was
time to spare
tense.
on that defuse.
They were just completely tiptoeing around each other. Mackie was very, very calm and collected there, though. Mackie did not lose patience at all. They just sat there, did not make a single move, and just waited for Geek to push, tapped him once, boom. Very strong plays coming from Slaughterhouse there. I mean, there was a lot of counterplay during that entire round.
There
Wow.
really was. That was quite an interesting round, especially with that fake from Office. It didn't seem to work too well though. I think once the defenders saw that, no one was actually pushing through that choke point they had set up, that that was probably a fake, and they needed to look elsewhere.
They definitely could have, though. I mean, Inked Geek was in the office, I think Mackie could have backed out right up to the office and try to put pressure on both sides of Geek. But I don't know. I mean, it's a lot to think about during the entire hectic round. So I don't blame him for not moving through there. But I mean, we saw a lot of counterplay there. We saw that Shady spray through the fence preemptively with the knack, took one attacker down, and then we saw the wall charge come through for the factory, which I always love seeing. We saw a Molotov straight into the bomb, took out a diffuser. I mean, there was a lot going on during that.
And now we're back here on this kill house map.
We're back on the kill house, and the rules are swapped here.
So it looks like we got a lot of big red X's coming out on some parts of the map.
Yeah, they don't want anything to do with that. That's interesting. Yeah, so they're marking off parts of the map that they don't want anyone to be in. Because, I mean, to be fair, you don't have to go anywhere near the south side of the map. All you really need to do is cover this button, and then you need to watch the vault if they happen to get that button. But honestly, they can't do anything about the bomb unless they push you in office. So really, the main objective is office, if anything.
Now, this is kind of interesting. We have this weird line going through 2 windows in courtyard, and then across club to this red door. And it looks like it might be an actual a position that one of the defenders are taking. Now that also appears to be the door that the attackers want to go through, and they're not expecting. I don't think they're expecting through 2 windows. They're expecting someone right here behind this counter, and there they go. They're running to that red door. The door charges on it, and Clacker's out. Molotov instantly, and he goes down from that sight line.
Wow, I did.
2 coming in through parking garage.
I didn't expect that courtyard window to just work.
Wow. And there's more shots coming out, and there's 2. That
it's working.
Quite the extreme angle, but it's working, and attackers are down too. They're much slower than I think they would like to be, and Xylo and Birdie, they try to breach this office door. They got Rezi, Rain, and Mackie all in this little area. Josh and Volps just kind of making sure no one comes parking garage. But I doubt anyone will go that way. It's kind of the long way, and that's not what the attackers need right now. There's a Molotov out to delay the attackers again. But I think this might just kind of be over unless we can get some crazy plays by the attackers.
Oh, Molotov's going off. Delay them.
There's a frag to take out the barbed wire. Molotov still with the delay. There was a flash out in the office. They're gonna push in. Josh and Rezi.
Whoa!
Both go down. They get geeked, but they're gonna be exchanging shots with Rain. So now we have 2 very, very low attackers.
Oh yeah, that's not good. Wait, the defenders are locked out of the vault room.
Oh, they are.
What's the only one that's able to?
They closed it. Now they closed it.
And
Wolf's got the kill. And now they're just spraying. They must know he's low because they just want a little bit of damage onto Xylo. He runs out. He grabs the clacker. Xylo says, "I'm getting out of here."
Oh my God!
Mackie rushing out. He wants to get the final kill. He's thinking about it, but that drone's keeping him. Xylo says, "I'm taking my clacker and going home."
Mackie, what was that? Just wanted that clacker so bad, man. That was extremely close. So yeah, that was interesting. So right at the end there, I think that I believe I don't know, one of the attackers was running to the vault room, and Rain happened to spray the wall.
Take the long way, and I don't know if that was a wall bang or it was.
Yeah, Rain
was a wall bang. He
sprayed through like at least 1 or 2 walls. Like that was crazy. I'm not sure if that was luck or just sixth sense, but
some wild matches going on here.
Yeah, this is absolutely insane so far. Slaughterhouse and HYPA are both showing that they're very capable players. This is extremely extremely tense so far. And now we're back on the C-store with Slaughterhouse on the defense side. This time, HYPA is going to have to come up with a stronger attack plan if they're going to have any chance of securing more rounds here. They're low a few points, and they need to get up.
Yeah, and it well, looks like they the defenders might be kind of taking a similar stance as far as the defense of the bomb room freezer goes. Looks like some barbed wire right here. What do you think about the odds of this shed? Do you think this blue X here means that the attackers are looking to breach it, or do you think it means, you know, we're not going for that one?
I'm not sure. I think that it's a weird play. I mean, Shed, you can shotgun it or kick it open, but either way, they're gonna know you're coming, so they're gonna be able to prepare pretty well for your attack. And honestly, I don't even know what's going on in storage because it looks like just a big mess of random lines.
Very much a big mess.
But I mean, if I had to guess, it seems to me that they're probably doing a split maybe through storefront and storage. That's probably not a bad play because I mean you're splitting the attention away from storage. If you drop through storefront, they're going to be watching you from freezer, and so they're going to have less attention on storage. And then while they do that, you can breach in, push in, and kind of take control of storage, maybe pushing from freezer, and then you got a pincer attack going on where you got to attack from both sides. Although I don't know, there's no one in freezer, so I don't know how well that would go if that's the case. But they are going for shed, it seems.
We've got Josh taking some shots at that red door, trying to get some damage out, keep them from breaching it. Inked Geek and Xylo up here on top of storefront, you know, making their rounds, checking the corners. But they're waiting on that breach. There goes the breach in storage. Some shots back and forth. Birdie with that black tar. Josh doesn't get the kill. Flash out on storage.
No.
The defenders are they're pincered, but I don't think the ones in storefront know that they're there. Josh gets the kill onto one. Oh my god, the pincer.
Just cleaning it up. Oh, it looks like Volson's completely traded.
There's the Molotov out in the freezer and bathroom. Rezi without auto shotty. The defuse is starting though. They didn't quite fully get that Molotov on the bomb. Rezi gets the kill anyway. Mackie coming around in freezer. He's gonna get the kill onto Shady. Maybe not. There we go. There's the kill onto Rezi. Defenders win. It's now 4-1 in favor of Slaughterhouse.
Wow,
quite a messy round right there.
Yeah, I'm surprised that those defenders in arcade as long as they did. They both got kills each. They just completely took out one attacker on either side, and then they got completely rushed. I mean, there's not much you can do in the situation, but they did the most they could in that situation, which is extremely good for the defender side right there. Slaughterhouse just apparently they have a great defender game. I mean, I was not aware how good the defender game was, but it looks like them being able to aim very well. You know, they're able to think outside the box in some of these angles, and it's showing off very well how strong they are.
We're back here on the factory map. So far, we have seen a office fake to storage. We've had Mackie with that saber up in storage, looking down towards conveyor and dock. Do you think we're going to see something similar to that coming from HYPA, or maybe an office breach?
Maybe. I mean, office, once again, like it's hard to push that because there's a big choke point right there, and Slaughterhouse has shown right there that they want to barbed wire that off. So if they do go through there, it's going to be a little bit difficult for them to actually push through it. But I mean, if you can get some flashes out, you can get nades out to kind of displace some defenders from this angle, then maybe you can take office. And once you take office control, you've got pretty good control of the entire map, especially that bomb. So I think taking office control is extremely important, but I don't know how they'd go about doing that. It looks like they want to go through storage perhaps and toss a flash in from the outside into the windows, which is not a bad plan at all. It gives them a big advantage moving into Toxic right there. Although last time we saw attackers move in through Toxic, we saw that a wall bank came through from this angle right here. So I think that's something they should worry about, if anything, because Slaughterhouse might use it against them, if anything.
No, it looks like they're the attackers are taking a wall charge with them, so
Oh,
they might be going up storage and down into
wait a
toxic
minute.
and then just on the bomb.
Can they? I just thought about something. You see where their smoke is? I wonder if they can wall charge that and defuse the bomb from the other side of the fence.
That's
And if they smoke it off like they're planning on doing it, I think that might confuse the defenders to spray into the bomb rather than the fence.
that's actually that would be very
I
interesting.
think that's what they're doing.
Yeah, we
Oh,
got.
nope.
Oh, there's a breach down in docks by
That's not
Birdie
what I wanted.
with that saber, and
Unfortunate.
there's a Molotov out too. And now all of the attackers are rushing into toxic. Zombie goes down from Mackie. Josh gets down by Shady. Rain and Shady gets another one under Rain, but Rain will take Silo with him. Some shots from Birdie. Oh, we got Mackie hiding right here as well. I didn't see that. Gets the kill into Shady.
Oh man, Mackie with that mop.
Now, does Birdie know? Volp's taking some shots, and there's a Molotov out onto Doc. Geek is moving forward. I'm not sure what his plan is here. He does not have. He doesn't have any. Oh, Birdie goes down.
Mackie with the mop.
Mackie with the mop. They're just wall banging. They know he's up there.
Yeah,
We've
Geek
got
that kill on Resi, so they know that they're
a
there.
flash out onto the bomb and gets taken down by that Igmar.
I think it's 4
That
kills,
was-
right? Yeah, 4 kills as a defender with the mop. That is extremely good.
Oh no, and Volps has that clacker. Oh well, I guess it is the end of that set.
Yeah, that's rough.
Wow. That
for
was
HYPA.
quite the
Quite the show. if
unfortunately,
anything.
unfortunately Birdie was I think they were hoping there would be more of the defenders kind of down that conveyor and in that kind of storage area. But it seems just that wall charge could have been better used elsewhere as far as I mean they just didn't know that there were no defenders there. I think it would have been a good play had SH decided to put more defenders in that area, but um I think Birdie just ended up getting stuck in a spot where he couldn't help his team as much as he would have liked.
Yeah. Man, I got excited when I saw this kill out, so I thought this was a long one, but it's a slightly long one. It's not the
It's
one I wanted, but
it's
it
very
worked.
large. It is very
It is
very
definitely
large.
very large, yeah. It's got okay. Big problem with this map I'm already seeing. The button on the west side of the map, the vault east side of the map. How do you attack this? Well, you have an attacking squad that could go and take parking garage, right? But then you still have to do with the brick house, which means that most of the defenders are going to be on the west side of the map. So you're probably not going to have much resistance on the east side with this parking garage. But the problem is you're going to have to split up to take this map. Otherwise, you're really giving them too much control of parking garage. And then once you hit the button, they can just rotate from kitchen to club and then take parking garage. And then you have to fight them again.
And
So
I don't think this kitchen would be the greatest idea to breach either,
yeah,
because
no, the big barbed wire
this
right
looks
there
like
is gonna.
looks kind of like a gauntlet, and I think lockers would be the way to go.
Wait, oh, okay. I was confused why they opened the vault. I think they accidentally pressed the button or something.
Although we have Volps and Mackie here, looks like they might be they're gonna be trying to keep the attackers from pushing through backstage. Josh keeping an eye from lockers. Attackers running in. Birdie with that saber. Geek is way up here in the north, wrapping around. Wonder what their plan is. Xylo goes down from Josh and that Igmar. Flash out. They're pushing into lockers, but they're going real slow through that. Molotov misses. Rain goes down by Shady. Josh gets the kill onto Zombie Bacon, but Shady gets revenge.
Ooh, Birdie with the saber all the way in the back, trying to hold these angles for these attackers.
Volps popping down a. Did he just pop down that barbed wire? I think he did. Rezi and Volp's trying to watch that angle. We got a smoke by Geek up here around Brick House. I don't know. It doesn't seem like the defenders are confused by that, and it's not really covering anything. Shady and Geek trying to figure out, how to approach this. There's the flash out, but Rezi with the molly onto that barbed wire. Mackie running through hallway to join his teammates. Volps gets the kill onto Geek. Birdie's the only one left as Shady goes down by Volps as well. And Birdie looks like he's gonna back up. He might be maybe peeking this garage door, or no, it looks like he's gonna save.
Yeah, I mean, you can't push this solo with a saber. I mean,
they do not, and he does not want to lose that saber or just give it to the other team. As we've seen, they are quite strong when they have a mop, and having a mop and saber are on round 1 no less. Of this set,
this isn't looking good for HYPA. I mean, Slaughterhouse is absolutely dominating them right now, and now they're getting antsy looking outside, but they're not gonna see anyone. Birdie's all the way by the van. Man, that sucks for HYPA.
That is rough.
They're gonna have to really, really put a lot of effort into these next few rounds if they want to have any chance of coming back. Maybe they'll have a better chance in the second game, but I mean, so far right now, it's looking like Slaughterhouse might take the first game here. It's just, I mean, Slaughterhouse been doing very well on defense. I'm not sure if HYPA's just having an off day on attack, but it might also just be the maps. The maps have also been pretty rough so far.
They really have. We've had some messy maps going.
Yeah, that map was, I mean, it's really hard to attack that map. I want to see Slaughterhouse attack that and then see how they deal with it, because that's not an easy map to attack at all.
We got a new C-store map.
Yeah, another like kind of surrounding map, just the storefront in the center and then a bunch of rooms surrounding it. And I mean, we've got the bomb over by storefront, so no skylight this time. But we do see that the freezer has a red door that leads directly into shelves. You could use these shelves to run into the storefront. You could always go through storefront shutters. I mean, and there's also a shed leads into office and bathroom. But I mean, I'm not sure what the best play is here. The green door entrance is the storage room, so I mean, honestly, the green door room leads into both red door rooms, so I'm not sure why the red doors exist. I'm gonna be honest.
I will say this is quite an interesting window here in storage. It makes it much harder for any defenders to hide in there. There is just like this little back cubby hole that they could hide in, but other than that, it'd be kind of difficult to defend storage. And then on top of that, I doubt you would want to really sit in office or freezer, especially with freezer being so small. So if they breach it, it would be kind of difficult to defend. Ooh, and have a little bit of a drone through the wall over here in office, but onto Mackie.
They shut off the lights for. Interesting. Oh, there we go. Oh, we do see a wall charge coming from Zombie Bacon right there. Looks like they're going for a storefront breach.
There's the breach. Smoke out, flashes out. Molotov right onto the bomb. Rezi goes down by Shady. Zombie's gonna get taken down, as well as Rain. Xylo. Ooh. HYPA just getting absolutely shredded on this push in, but they do take a lot of the defenders with them. It's now a 2v1. Volps versus Geek and Birdie. Birdie with that saber still. Volps getting some shots out, but Birdie suppressing him with that saber. Do not want to get hit by that. They're going to start. They made the defuse and take out Volps.
That was slick. Geek was right on the defuse and Birdie right over their shoulder, just sniping into tellers. The second that defuse goes up, open the door, boom, dead.
Some excellent teamwork right there.
I mean, hey, HYPA's starting to come back now. I think I mean, it's possible. They're putting
It
it
is.
a
It
lot
is
more effort. We
possible.
just saw right there. That was a very coordinated attack right there. They all pushed in together. They flashed. They knew what corners to go to. They lost a couple players, but I mean, that's a given. Sometimes it happens. But they all knew the corners they were going to go to. They knew exactly their position, and they all ran exactly where they needed to run.
Quite a quick and decisive win right there. Let's see if they can, turn this into another win, start snowballing, maybe even tie up this
Yeah,
game.
we'll see. I mean, I'm all down for seeing HYPA win a few more rounds. Because I do want to see Slaughterhouse actually on on that kill house map. I want to see how they attack it. I'm very interested to see how that works. But oh wow, this is an interesting factory. Only one dock, but it's got a red door on it rather than the usual shutters, which means they can just use a door charge on it this time, and they can rush straight through. They also have a fan here, which can be shut off using this power over here. So if they decide to go through the green door, they could rush over to this power switch, hit the fan off, and get people in, but definitely a big commitment if they're doing that. And I mean, everything else, once again, Office, as per usual, is an extremely strong position. It watches directly onto the bomb. So it's a bit difficult for them to try and hold that bomb position if they don't take the Office first.
Yeah, and on top of that, it looks like the attackers are well aware of all of this. I guess on top of these shelves going around the outside of this kind of storeroom area, which is accessible by office, which just makes it an even stronger position.
Oh, one thing I was just told this right now, but I also am realizing that this is a map that was made by the developers on stream. I remember seeing this dock actually being made. I actually watched the stream. I remember them making this dock and putting this ramp here. So if you ever want to tune into those streams, if you join the Due Process official Discord, they'll ping you every time they start a stream up, so you can maybe tune in, see how some of these maps are curated and made, and also you'll get announcements for our streams here.
And there's the breach out onto Doc. Birdie taking a look with that saber. Volps and that Legros, he's keeping an eye out towards that fan. Mackie gets the kill on a Birdie with the
Wow.
mop. Oh no!
Nike, what are you doing?
There's the breach onto the fan. Attackers rushing
Another
in.
Mackie mop? Come missing that
Rezi,
shot.
he's on that. Rezi with the auto shotty. He's defending that. He's defending that power. Flash out. Oh no, Mackie!
My
He gets
God,
killed on
Mackie.
Shady.
Mackie is just
Geek is the
absolutely
only one left. There's
insane.
4 of them. They are converging on him.
Wow.
And that
All right.
game goes to Slaughterhouse. Ooh.
That was, I mean, that's a well-deserved win from Slaughterhouse. Mackie putting the work in with that mop.
But I mean,
And just
that could
the
have
rest of
gone
the
a
team.
lot differently if Birdie had been alive with that saber. But Mackie with that mop,
Yeah.
just
And just the rest of Slaughterhouse as well. Like right after Moppy. Mackie got the kills with the mop. Just the rest of the team just kicked into gear. We saw that, I believe it was Rezi with the auto shotty, just spraying them down. Volps also getting kills. I mean, everyone just put in the work there in that round and secured that win for Slaughterhouse right there. I think it's a well-deserved win on Slaughterhouse's part.
it really was. There was so many amazing plays in that game. Like so many crazy angles. I mean, it really was a well-deserved win. HYPA putting up a big fight though. That was it
Oh, yeah.
most of those rounds were very, very close.
Yeah, a lot of these rounds came down to the wire. I mean, it all just came in the end up to Slaughterhouse's quick decision making. They're able to deduce the situation very quickly, figure out the best option to take, and they execute their plans. perfectly. HYPA also had very nice plans as well, and they had a lot of very nice executions, but there was also a few mistakes that they made here and there, which I mean Slaughterhouse just took complete advantage of. And honestly, Slaughterhouse, they did excellently during this match, and I think that this first game win, it's pretty well deserved for them so far.
I mean, you weren't lying when you were talking when we were talking here there at the beginning about it, these teams and their ability to snowball. And I think that's we've seen evidence of that right very very clearly with SH's win right here. That was they were just able to those slight little wins just kept on building up. That was an excellent game by both teams. And I just can't wait for the next game. That was that I've
Yeah,
I want to
I'm
see
excited
more of
as
this.
well.
Give me more crazy angles. That was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely crazy match so far. So, I believe we are going to take a quick break right now for the teams to get set up to finish up anything they need to do before they queue up again. So we'll take a quick 5-6 minute break. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the second game of HYPA versus Slaughterhouse.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Today we are watching Game 2 here of HYPA and Slaughterhouse. I am Gooby. I am here with Spooky.
What's
What's
up?
up, Spooky? How are you?
Doing pretty well. I mean, that last match, absolutely crazy so far. It's
It
it's not looking good for Hypa, but I think that this time around they might bring it back. They've kind of been able to get used to Slaughterhouse a little bit here, so I think they might be able to snowball a little bit.
especially with how close some of those games were. I mean, there is a very high chance for this to go into HYPA's favor, and I'm very excited to see these two teams play some more like that. Some of those plays have left me absolutely speechless with some of the ingenuity and just out of the box thinking from both teams. And
Yes.
it looks like we're still waiting on them to hop into the queue, but we're uh we are a few minutes away from seeing these two teams go at it again. And I want more. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean,
I
I
want more.
I'm I just I'm very excited to see how Hypa holds up against Slaughterhouse this time. They've gotten used to how Slaughterhouse plays a little bit, so maybe they'll be able to counterplay a little bit. But Slaughterhouse has just been doing excellently so far, so it's pretty hard to say exactly how well Hype is going to do, but I mean, I think that Hype can do it. I have faith that they can do it. Birdie has been getting outsniped a little bit by Mackie, mainly because it seems like Mackie's looking out for Birdie to just absolutely take Birdie's head off every time that Birdie shows up. But this time, if Birdie can get a couple of minutes more with the saber, I think that things could go in favor of Hypa. And also, I mean, Inked Geek also was doing very, very well in some of these rounds. Same thing with Shady. I mean, everyone on Hypa so far has been doing great. There's just the tiny mistakes that they're making that just add up to Slaughterhouse just taking control of the match, and Slaughterhouse as well has been doing very well. So I don't know. It could go either way right now.
I mean, I to be fair, the maps have also been very, very janky. We've had some quite quite interesting maps and very, very
Yeah,
messy maps. Lots of rooms, very long angles, very weird angles. So I think, it might actually be the maps that are deciding these games.
yeah. Some of these the maps are sometimes a little bit goofy. I'm not gonna lie, they're a little bit goofy sometimes. I mean, we just saw that last, I believe, the factory. It had a just once again. I mean, most factories seem to have an office that completely overlooks the bomb, which seems to be a big problem because it changes the objective from just being the bomb to also being the office room because you can't do much without taking the office room first.
Yeah, and I'm. You said that the devs made that on stream. Now, I would
Hmm.
actually be interested in seeing some sort of a little like interview or something to see if it played out the way the devs kind of expected it to, or if there was something interesting that you know came out of that map that they weren't expecting, or the way that these players planned and executed. You know, if that would be very interesting.
Yeah, because I know that when they make some of the, I mean, I say make, but when they kind of like curate some of these maps, I know that when they place props and cover and all that, they sometimes have some sort of like gimmick or like certain way of playing in mind. So I'm interested to seeing or hearing how exactly they plan for that map to go, like you said, um, and what their reaction is to how the league is playing the map because I don't know. I mean, the game is a big balancing act, especially with the amount of maps being made constantly every week. It's pretty hard to get very balanced maps every time. So I'm sure that they review like games played and see how people play it to make sure that things are balanced.
Yeah, and speaking of maps, here we are on C Store. Of an interesting one at that. Do you want to take it away from here? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we've got the C store here, and I mean, it's less of a storefront surrounded by a bunch of rooms like it usually is, but this time it seems like we have more of a kind of I don't know. It's very top heavy. It seems. I mean, the storefront's at the bottom, and then everything else is at the top. We have this storage green door, which leads through office, and then goes to bathroom, and then that goes to storefront. Or you could skip everything in between and just go shed straight into bathroom, get that storefront, and then also obviously you could get the storefront breach of the wall charge. But it looks like to me that they're doing a slow walk up to the storage. It seems.
And
Oh no! Oh, they're going for arcade. I see. I see.
Birdie rushing down to those shutters with that saber. So it looks like the attackers, they're breaching arcade, rushing in. The Molly comes out, but Shady gets the kill on the rain. He's in there. So is Zombie. But we've got Xylo and Geek stuck outside. Birdie, I think.
Oh,
Oh, Shady goes down by Josh. Flash out. Xylo getting some shots, but he's gonna back off. Josh is gonna go down by Geek. That leaves
oh,
us
birdie.
4v1 now. Rezi's gonna go down by Xylo. Mackie up on this north side. He's the only one left. He's gonna take down Xylo though. Geek getting off that bomb defuse to look for Mackie. Mackie running from Birdie. Zombie getting some shots out. That defuse is still coming out. Geek's gonna get the defuse, but Mackie rushes in, gets killed by Xylo.
That was very nice work on HYPA's side. They just stuck the defuse. They knew Mackie was kind of pressured from both sides. I believe it was Zombie Bacon inside a freezer, just completely keeping control of Mackie, not letting Mackie push any further into the bomb diffuser area. And the second that Mackie pushes out, boom, completely just lit up by 3 different people. Very
It was
strong teamwork coming from HYPA. They're just watching each other's backs.
a very well executed plan. And they opened those shutters for Birdie. Birdie came in, didn't really get too much of an impact as as you said, it was a top heavy map, so a lot of those attackers were kind of up on that top side, but it was just so well executed. Gives Hyper the win. So let's see if they can snowball, turn it into a
Yeah.
few
Oh,
more.
bit of a breezeway action going on here. This is interesting that we finally have a Killhouse Breezeway map, but I mean the Breezeway there seems to be just as a green door entry. The rest of the rooms, I'm actually kind of liking this map a little bit, though the only issue is that the bomb room only has 2 entrances into it, so that could prove a little bit difficult to attack. I'm not too sure.
With both of these red doors as well, just outside of the bomb room,
Yeah,
could
I mean
could lead to a
it's
little bit of trouble, but who knows? Maybe it looks like Hypa might be kind of wanting to take this breezeway and just wrap around.
yeah, it's not a bad move because I mean if I had to guess, I think that Slaughterhouse is probably going to set up in the rooms surrounding the kitchen, maybe, or they may not have a couple people in kitchen. The thing is, when you're sitting in the rooms to the red doors, you might get a little bit of stun effect from the door blowing up, and you might also get flashed very, very hard. So it's kind of difficult to hold these rooms. But yeah, we have one person in kitchen, a couple people in the surrounding rooms. So it's what I expected. So that's the problem with the going breezeway here. You're gonna have to fly through a lot of people here to actually get to the bomb room, which means you're going to be very low in health by the time you get to the person that's left in the middle.
And that person left in the middle, Rezi with an auto shotty. That makes him even more dangerous. There's some smokes out onto breezeway. Josh taking some shots, blind firing, Bacon slowly pushing up. There's a little bit of damage coming out. There goes the flashes. Oh, but they're delayed by that Molotov, so they're all just waiting just outside of Breezeway.
Yeah.
Mackie taking a look at that with that Gruber, but Josh is just he says, "Hey, you're not coming into my office," but they breach anyway, running in. Some flashes out, but they no effect as the defenders have fallen back into training. A lot of shots. There goes Shady down by Josh. Some flashes out. Pushing in, Rain gets the kill, but goes down by Xylo. Josh taking some more shots at the defenders, but not able to get any more. There goes Birdie. Josh or Xylo coming up behind gets Josh. Geek. Oh no, Xylo goes down by Rezi in the auto shotty. Geek is the only one left, and he is extremely low with 3 defenders left, all full health. This is not looking too good for Hypa in this round. looks like Geek is he's gonna see if he can maybe get a kill off on a defender if they try to go through that green door. Oh, he
Oh,
gets some shots out.
Mackie just stole the clacker from a body and ran out.
Is that a door charge he has as well?
Wait, oh, the clacker and the door charge.
That's all right. I can't wait to see how they're gonna
Wait a
use that.
minute. Why did they have that?
I don't know. Well, I don't know what their plan was.
Wait, hold on. Why do they have a door charge
Why
if
did
they
they
went
have
through
a door
breezeway?
charge if they went through the breezeway?
Oh, I see. Yeah, so they're probably expecting barbed wire there on the green door to kitchen, which I mean, I would expect that to be there, although there isn't for some reason. But they were probably gonna blow up that door to get rid of any barbed wire, but instead they decided to, save it up, and that ended up going into the hands of Mackie.
That is ooh, that is a very rough loss then. The loss of a clacker and a door charge to the defenders. Now, I mean, I wonder how the defenders are going to use that now. I'm assuming, if they I mean, I want to see how they use this now.
I don't know. I mean,
Maybe they just keep it and just, stash it away.
it kind of depends on what map comes up next. I believe that it's going to be just the
Factory, is
factory.
it?
Yeah, the factory.
So we probably won't see the use of that charge in any way, but
Yeah, you never know.
who knows? We may get something very weird and very interesting coming out from
I mean,
Slaughterhouse.
if anything, it's good intel to have that
It
to know
is.
that
It
they
is.
don't have door charge and they don't have a clacker. So they're missing a few charges. So it kind of limits their options of where they can go. And so defenders can kind of plan for that now.
We've got a very closed off servers right here where there's a lot of little room for defenders to be hiding, but there's not really any angles. So I feel like servers would be it's either a good choke point or it's probably you could probably put someone with an auto shotty right here. It would be a
Yeah, maybe.
very good spot. But
Yeah, an auto shotty in serve is not a bad idea. If they come through that green door, you can just spray them down on that choke point.
other than that, it looks like the rest of the map is very open.
Yeah. I'm not too sure exactly how I would attack this personally because this is a very interesting map because of how long the ranges are. But then in the green door, it's a very close range. So if you decide to bring long range weapons, it's going to be a little bit difficult to push through servers. And also toxic. I mean, toxic is kind of close quarters. You can definitely spray across with a neck if you really wanted to.
It looks like the attackers have picked up a wall charge as well. Not sure where they're wanting to use that. Perhaps, someone on dock,
Oh
peeking
no!
down
Okay,
towards
Mackie.
servers, but
Mackie's up in servers with the mob looking through the window. Oh no. This is not gonna go well.
uh-oh. Oh, and we have Zombie Bacon.
Uh-oh.
He's running.
Birdie.
Oh,
Okay.
it doesn't get the kill off. Oh no!
Holy sh!
There is the door charge by Mac.
There it is. Oh my god, that's where it was used.
Zombie breaching that conveyor red door with the wall charge.
Wow.
We had a frag go out. Xylo pushing up. Zombie getting taken down by Rezi. Oh man. Inked Xylo and Birdie moving forward. There goes the flash. Oh no. Rezi gets another kill on his Xylo. Inked wrapping back around that north side, taking some shots up in the office, takes on Volps. That's a good kill there. And another kill from Birdie onto Rezi with that saber, but Geek goes down by Mackie. It is now a 1v3. Mackie taking a peek with that op. Does Birdie see that he's there? But he goes down by Rain with that Legros.
Wow.
That is... Oh,
what
man.
was that?
That... He did the door. He used the door charge.
Yeah, Mackie used it. Wow, I did not expect that.
Oh man, I that's what I figured that would be the only really way to use it, and he did it. The madman.
Yeah, that's the definition right there of using your utility, especially enemy's utility. I mean, hey, if it works, it works.
Oh
What
man,
a
that was
good play.
just a dominant round by Slaughterhouse. Like man,
Yeah, we're
the,
speechless here.
I could I could watch these guys play all day.
Yeah, this
That's
is
all I'm gonna say.
crazy.
This
These
is
matches are wonderful.
oh
Man,
man.
so I guess we're going to be seeing Slaughterhouse on attack now, seeing HYPA on defense. Um, I mean, it could go either way still. I mean,
It could.
everything's reset, although HYPA, I believe, is probably maybe slightly tilted from that, maybe, because I know I would.
I don't know if the whether to call that a BM or what, but that that was that was beautiful. That's all I've
Yeah.
got to say. That was beautiful.
Well, we're now moving on to the C store once again. So, I'm not too sure exactly what is going to happen here, but I think it looks like to me that they're going for a storefront breach, if anything, and I think that Mackey's going to be using that saber more than likely to look through the holes in storefront to try to get some picks. And if they can throw that smoke correctly on the freezer, they can completely block off the bathroom door and maybe a little bit of freezer, and then they only really have to worry about tellers, which if you notice right here, this teller hole right here looks directly on bombs, so they do have to take tellers if there is someone in there.
And it looks like the defenders are using a little bit of their resources to keep an eye on that arcade door. Um, but other than that, they're all around that bomb and in storefront. So we're definitely going to have a big firefight. Oh, they opened the shutters as well. Birdie, or sorry, Rezi gets taken down. Josh takes on Shady, but will go down by Geek. It is a bloodbath up here in storefront, and there goes the breach. After
Oh,
they
there it
close the
goes.
shutters, flashes out, smoke out, and there's the Molotov. Birdie goes down by Volps. Xylo running back up into freezer. There's a frag out. Rain goes down by his own frag. Kills Mackie.
Oh no.
Volps is the only one left. He is half health, but he takes down Zombie Bacon. Xylo finishing him off. That was fortunate frag grenade.
Yeah, that's not good. Well, I
I
guess
don't
Hyper got the win for the round.
I don't know where he wanted that grenade to go, as there was a smoke. So that it I guess it may have been intended for freezer,
Yeah,
but
sometimes frag grenades are a little finicky with throwing them. So, I mean, I'm going to be honest, I don't blame them. Sometimes it just bounces the wrong way.
it really does. That was, I mean, it brought us to 2-2, and here we are on Kill House.
And now, once again, moving on to this kill house here. Once again, with the teams swapped around, we saw last round that there wasn't a lot of barbed wire used. So we're probably going to be seeing this be used right here. We're already seeing that HYPA is just marking every possible door with barbed wire. They've already got 3 marked down, 4 now. Yeah, they're just slamming other barbed wire on this round. I think they purposefully didn't use any barbed wire last round so that they could just slam it down on this round and absolutely lock down everything.
And I mean, we could see why they wanted to bring that door charge on their attacking set for this map, as they appear to love to put they want to put a lot of barbed wire right here. So I think they were expecting Slaughterhouse to, use a similar strategy as far as barbed wire goes. But other than that, I think that the defenders here are going to be definitely having an advantage due to all this saved up barbed wire. But we've got some here in club, some here on kitchen, 2 on kitchen, some on breezeway as well.
Yeah, a lot of people set up here in the south side. As per usual, I expect this to happen because this kitchen bomb is kind of hard to defend. Otherwise, you kind of have to spread out all across the southern bit, and you're good.
The attackers, they're moving into breezeway. Some shots back and forth from Volps and Geek. There's a Molotov out, flashed out by Mackie. He rushes in the club but doesn't find anybody. A lot of wall bangs going out. But looks like everyone's just kind of hanging out. Just, you know, some wall bangs, some flashes. Finally, we get some damage going back and forth, but not too much. A lot of sandpapering going on.
Yeah, they're just slowly whittling them down right after the walls.
Just blasting into office with that auto shotty.
Oh, finally a frag grenade going out for that barbed wire.
There's the frag, but that goes onto the barbed wire. Finally a kill. Rezi dies. Josh and Rain pushing in, but Josh goes down, as does Rain. That auto shotty putting in a lot of damage, allowing for both of them to go down. We're left with Mackie and Volps, both fairly low on health, with 3 of the defenders nearly full and 1 extremely low. It appears Volps is going to decided to wrap around to office. Zombie goes for the peek, but decides to run back after Volps gives a few warning shots. Mackie taking a look down that little kitchen hallway. Some shots at Birdie. We're getting down to the wire here. It's 25 seconds. And it looks like the defenders are just gonna delay. Volps running out. And Mackie maybe hoping to get some kills off. But it's looking like this round is gonna go to HYPA.
Yeah, I think HYPA is definitely playing a lot better this time. They're keeping their patience at the very least.
Very strong defense coming out from HYPA that round.
Yeah, I mean, all they really have to do is just hold those 2 entrances. That map is really, really difficult to attack. I mean, I just don't think it's possible to attack that, to be honest. It's pretty hard to.
Especially with that auto shotty just absolutely sandpapering the attackers in that office, getting them low enough so when they actually do push, that, you know, they go down nearly instantly.
Yeah, that's definitely a rough map for attackers, and Slaughterhouse, I think, made the. It's a little bit rough that you have to just sit there and kind of wait for the bomb to blow up as an attacker, but what can you do? You rush in there and die immediately. I don't think you can do much with that amount of health left. And now, finally, on to this factory map that we saw the charge go off on.
Beautiful charge.
I
Now,
don't think we're going to see anything like that again, but...
No, I don't think so either. But it looks like the attackers might be wanting to take out this dock and get this long sightline here.
That's interesting. Yeah, a very long sightline coming from docks right there, but also kind of risky. A lot of angles that you could get watched from if you're attacking that. So definitely very difficult to push that if you're an attacker. But at the same time, as a defender, having this angle being closed off completely is a big wrench to deal with. Because, I mean, if you're trying to rotate, or if you're getting rushed from toxic, you're gonna have to like take cover behind this shelf or push back even further. And if you're tucked behind this shelving, then you might get shot by someone sniping from outside here. So that's not a bad angle to take. However, once again, it's a little bit difficult to push in once you've actually blown it up, but it's a good angle to hold at the very least. Pushing in through office is not bad either. However, you have to kind of move across the entire map. You're going from the west side to the east side of the map, and a lot of angles to watch while you're on your way there.
Especially with this little server window, as we saw, you know, last round with Mackie peeking on that with the mop. We could maybe expect someone from HYPA to do the same, but It looks like the you know, as you mentioned, office being almost a secondary objective for factory maps. It looks like that Slaughterhouse thinks so too, and they're going to be moving to this north side. Mackie with that saber as well. Rezi sneaking down bottom to this red door. Let's see if they're gonna do some sort of simultaneous breach, some shots back and forth. There goes the office breach. Molotov out. And then the attackers are just gonna wait. Mackie and Volps running down to meet Rezi. He's got that door charge on the door, and Mackie has that clacker. So it looks like they're going to try to go for a pincer here. Just with a few warning shots, and there goes the flash. Rain and Josh pushing in. The breach down in conveyors. Rezi and Volps pushing in. Geek goes down. Sorry. But Birdie gets the kill onto Josh with that mop. They're doing some ringing around the rosy. Rain gets the kill onto Birdie, though. Mackie and Rain, the only ones left versus Xylo at full health.
Right in the center, too.
Pincered.
Oh,
he does the big with the Molotov. If it had gone a little further, he might have gotten the kill onto Mackie. However,
that oil would catch on fire from the fire.
Xylo peeking with Mackie. They don't see each other, or they just
okay,
Xylo goes down by Rain.
Rain just getting those double headshots to immediately take out Xylo. Bringing that score to a 3-3. Very even score right now.
And that will bring us to our second half, and we're going to get some new maps. Perhaps some more interesting plays. This is a very, very nice little pincer move by Slaughterhouse.
Yeah, they've been doing pretty well with kind of keeping map control where they can, other than maps where it's kind of impossible to take map control, like that one kill house. But they've been doing pretty well of attacking where they need to attack and kind of putting pressure on the areas that they need to put pressure on to kind of displace the defenders as needed. We saw right there that they kind of they basically attacked from both sides. Like you said, they kind of pincered attacked on both ends, on office and on the right side of the map. So it kind of made it difficult for defenders to kind of figure out where they wanted to look, because there's a lot of stimulus going on at the same time, a lot of gunfire, not sure where to look. So they kind of had to get split up there, and they were able to just kind of divide and conquer right there as attackers.
So here we go. We're on a C-store now with a very large storefront.
Yeah, and the bomb smack dab right in the middle. And it's looking like the generic other C-store maps, where it's just a big storefront in the middle and then just surrounded by other rooms, which seems to be the main formula with most C-stores, but it's not like it's not a formula that doesn't work, so.
Although we do have our green door on this map is skylight into office.
That's true, yeah. This green door is being a skylight is interesting, because usually it's either a green door with a small window next to it, or it's a skylight, and we're seeing it now in office, which gives you kind of access into bathroom and arcade. However, one thing that they have circled, which I also noticed myself, was you can drop down in this office and then wall charge into tellers and hit that button, get that storefront open, and boom, you have complete control of storefront right there from all angles. So it's an interesting play to go for office, especially if you have a wall charge, but it doesn't look like they want to go for that just yet. I think they want to go for a just, clean red door push into bathroom, and perhaps maybe even shed. I'm not too sure.
And the attackers are off. They were running down to the south side, and then suddenly decided to run up north. They're running up. We got Mackie and I guess Rezi just jumped back down. They're doing a strange little ooh.
Oh, Volps just jumped right into office. No hesitation.
There. Oh, and there's the breach in arcade, and a Molotov instantly out on a shed. Volps in arcade, pushing in, takes some shots at Birdie, but doesn't the kill. Another Molotov onto Arcade, delaying these attackers. Volps pushing back into office. Is Mackie is still on the roof, it appears. Now he jumps in, pushes in, joins his team in Arcade. Another Molotov out, but it doesn't exactly cover the door. We get a kill. Mackie and Xylo, as well as Birdie, go down. A full-on firefight here.
Oh
Inked
my.
and Shady go down. Zombie Bacon gets a kill with his secondary onto Rezi. Gets the kill onto Volps with the shotgun. It is now Rain and Zombie left. Both are fairly low health. Rain trying to bait out Zombie with that defuse. But it looks like he knows that Zombie's going to be coming for Freezer. And he's gonna start that diffuse, get that percentage up. Zombie peeking around that corner. He gets the kill onto Rain.
Yeah, that door is rough to hold against. You got to put your back against it as you're defusing. That's difficult. And
That
Zombie was just patient enough to kind of slow walk up to the door and then burst out shotgun. Boom, done. Bringing that to a 4-3 for HYPA. Wow.
And that that was quite the that that it was still a defender win, but that Molotov out onto Arcade probably it left space for the defenders to, or the attackers, sorry, to run in. If they had been able to, get that Molotov into a little bit better position, that might have delayed the attackers even more, and probably would have been even more of a slaughter. Well, the slaughterhouse
Right.
in the slaughterhouse.
I get it. Yeah.
It would have been a slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
We have on Kill House, we have a checkpoint here with quite a few windows, and the attackers marking those. You think we're gonna see a checkpoint push here?
Maybe. I mean, it's difficult to say because the rest of the map seems pretty promising. Although one thing that I do like about this checkpoint push is that they could wall charge directly into the site. They can go straight for that wall charge play. Yep, they're seeing it right there. They're seeing that they can come in to here and then just charge out both different sides on either side of that little cubby hole. The only issue is actually getting up to the checkpoint to be able to get there safely. They don't want to get shot from any of these windows, but the other options would be going through courtyard into club, which there's a lot of windows you can get shot from still, so it's still a risk.
A very difficult little angle to
yeah,
to get, it covers that door completely.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, the windows from club watch directly onto the door. And then brick house, I mean, it's a little bit safer, but there's still a lot of angles you could get immediately shotgunned at, so it's definitely another risk. So I think, honestly, ironically, the green door seems to be the best option here to just straight wall charge into the site.
And it looks like that these defenders know that as well, so they are.
Oh yeah, they're straight up stacked in that bomb site.
This office hallway, little wall here, as well as the bomb site, and they've got a couple little barbed wires out elsewhere, but it's primarily on this checkpoint and hallway.
Oh, you see these lines from defenders? I think those are wallbang lines. They're using them as a way of like figuring out where to shoot from all these angles. Watch the doors.
Volps gets that, but he gets killed. It's a wallbang. And there's the wall charge. Mackie and Rezi breach it. He gets the kill onto Birdie. There's a Molotov out on that wall charge though. Josh tossing another flashbang. Mackie getting the kill onto Zombie. And they just swarm Xylo. But Geek takes down Josh. It is now a 1v1. Rezi is very low, but he has the bomb. Geek picking up that defender shotgun. Rezi looking for Geek, but I think he knows that he went through the wall charge hole. So
well, I think Geek the door a little bit. So I think the UAV just told them where they are right there. Oh,
and Geek gets the kill.
Bit of an aggressive push there from Rezi, and Geek takes advantage of it.
That brings us to 5-3 in favor of HYPA.
Yeah, it's looking in favor of HYPA right now, which is interesting because I mean Slaughterhouse was coming on very strong on the first game, and now HYPA is starting to put in a couple of rounds, which is interesting to see how it could go either way.
And that round really did look in favor of Slaughterhouse. I mean, they swarmed that bomb room. They had three people all on top of one defender, and it just seems like that just goes to show that these games all can go either way.
Yeah, it was extremely chaotic in the bomb room because they had wall charged in. They had just got lost a player to someone wall banging, and so they just immediately wall charged in. And then they were met with a Molotov, so they rushed into the little cubby, and then they had to watch both sides, and then they're getting sprayed down by an auto shotgun. Just a lot of things for the attackers to deal with, but they remained pretty cool for the most part. But then right at the end, I think the pressure got to them. They rushed in when they shouldn't have, and got killed by the last defender, and the round went to HYPA at the end there.
And that brings us to Factory.
Yeah, and it's another factory with a an office, but this time the office only has the light. It actually doesn't watch the bomb. Finally, I'm tired of seeing the offices that watch directly onto the bomb. But this time now it's still a secondary objective because they still got the light switch in there. But I believe that the fan might allow you to jump into the window here and get into that room. Although it's a bit of a half window, so I'm not sure if you can jump through that. But either way, we still have a lot of entrances that the attackers can use to their advantage. They have servers, they have storage, and I mean, docks as well is always a play as per usual. And I mean, docks, like always, is very open, does allow you to have an angle onto the bomb. However, servers, very close quarters, but it's a good way to get an angle onto the bomb. And storage, well, it leads into servers, and it also leads into shelving's area, like through the big white dirt. But the problem is that it's barbed wire off right now, so it's a little bit rough to push through there if you're an attacker. So
But it looks like that's where they're gonna go anyways.
yeah, I think
Maybe
they're just gonna
it looks
they're
like
gonna
they
have
might
to
be
frame.
throwing a smoke. If that's what that line. No, maybe
Maybe.
not.
Yeah,
We're
it's
gonna
kind of hard to
see.
tell what their plan is. They definitely don't have a charge, so they have to go through this area.
And there goes a flash out. They're gonna push into storage with little to no resistance. That's two flashes. Some shots coming out from Zombie, but little bit of damage. We have someone who's very, very low on the attacking team now. And taking some shots. Zombie goes down, but Rain gets taken out. That Molotov slowing down Josh.
Ooh, Birdie
Another
getting revenge
Molotov.
on
Ooh,
Birdie.
a smoke onto that storage. Bulbs picking up some of Mackey's items. I think that was the saber that he picked up, as well as smoke and a flash. Josh taking some shots, but goes down by Xylo. That Ingmar. Shady getting the kill onto Volps. It is now a 1v4. Rezi with his Black Tar. I'm not sure what he can do here. It looks like he's gonna go down to servers, maybe attempt to take out Xylo or Geek, just maybe look for a new angle. Maybe hoping that he doesn't have that Birdie with that mop doesn't have an angle on him. He gets the kill onto Geek.
Still keeping a lot of health too.
Xylo going back and forth. He gets the kill onto Xylo. 18 seconds
Birdie
left.
is
Can
watching
he
that with
do
a
it?
mop.
Shady with the peek. There goes a smoke
Yep.
out, but the mop. That mop. Quite the angle. That's a very extreme angle on
That
that
tight
mop.
angle to hold from office to that door.
I think he was hoping that there wouldn't have been that angle there, but it seems that you know they found it, just a very slight angle.
Yeah, it's looking very heavily in favor of HYPA currently. Slaughterhouse is just not keeping up with HYPA right now. It looks like HYPA just got used to how Slaughterhouse plays and is playing aggressively against them. But we are going to see that Hype is moving on to attack side now, so we'll see how well that still holds up. The points are 6-3. I believe we are at match point currently. Once HYPA wins any of these rounds, then that's it for HYPA and Slaughterhouse right there.
But if Slaughterhouse takes all 3, that would make this a tie game.
Yeah, and since they won the last one, I believe that would probably put them as to the winner of this matchup, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Well,
believe
I mean
so.
that is if they win all 3 of this set.
Yeah, so
Which
it's going to be a hard fought battle if that's the case.
it really will. Now, we're back here in the C store. We've got looks like they're wanting to barb off this office skylight green door. Maybe a wall charge down in storefront, do you think?
Yeah, they do have that X'd out, so it's not a bad idea. And they have to take the storefront because of the bomb, but they also have to worry about the various side rooms, freezer, arcade, and tellers, bathroom. There's a lot of rooms that watch on the storefront, so you also have to clear those. So that's the thing with breaching directly into storefront is you don't get to clear the rest of the rooms as easily because then they know where you are. So it might not be a perfect play if they do go storefront, but you never know. They're going directly for it though. They have a wall charge. They're going right for that wall charge.
And it goes down. There's the breach. They swarm in. Josh getting some shots off, but they just swear they're pushing that bomb hard. Zombie goes down, as does Shady. Rain and Rezi with that nice angle. Rezi with that auto shotty. Xylo goes down by Josh. Birdie peeking with that Saber, but goes down. That is a massive victory for SH.
Yeah, it is. And just as I expected, they pushed into storefront and they had storefront control, but what good is that when you can get shot from every other angle in the entire map? It's a bit of a rough situation when you push into storefront because you have the bomb room, but the problem is you can't start defusing until you clear out the rest of the rooms, which means that you now are stuck in the middle, completely pincered from every single side of the map.
It seems that they wanted to try to just blitz it and get that win as quick as possible, seeing as, HYPA knows they just need 1 round. And that was their, Hail Mary to get that last win. But it appears it backfired on them. Perhaps maybe they could have used some more smokes onto the bomb to cover them, but I don't know.
Agree.
They may have used a lot of the equipment that round, which now leaves them probably at a slight disadvantage to SH, as SH also has a clacker.
Yeah, and it's also a big emotional boost for Slaughterhouse in the end as well. Like they won a round when the odds were against them right there, and now they might pick up some steam once again and start putting some more rounds in for themselves. They really only need to win 2 more times, and they've got a tie on their hands, which is what they need right now. And HYPA just needs to win 1 round. So mostly the pace of the game is up to HYPA, especially for being on attack and being at match point. But Slaughterhouse could also hold them off as well as they can and try to just, hold them off to, run the timer down or just make HYPA anxious to push in. All they really need to do is just mess with HYPA's heads here and, get them off their game, which they've done that on the last round right there.
And it appears defenders, they're expecting this courtyard push, which is not going to be good for HYPA if that's what they commit to. And it looks like that is the case.
Oh,
Josh
they are passing by the windows.
Well. Rezi with the auto shotty. There's a smoke onto Club. Josh taking a few shots with the Saber. Doesn't get any kills. There goes the
Molotov.
breach, the Molotov. Zombie, the only one in there with a shotgun. Everyone else delayed by a Molotov. Shots out. Shady goes down. Another one very low. Josh getting some shots off. Rain gets the kill, but goes down by Xylo.
And even if Rain and Josh went down there, that's really big for Slaughterhouse, because now they've got one attacker extremely low on health, and I mean, they got rid of 3 attackers right there just on that initial push. Now they got to go through 3 more defenders.
And these defenders still with an auto shotty on Resi right here behind the bomb and a Molotov. We have a lot of time left in this round. Xylo pushing back in. Geek, I'm not sure what his plan is. Maybe... oh, okay, he's the one on 1 health. So Xylo,
Yeah,
maybe hoping to get a couple shots off. A kill on one of the defenders. But,
yeah, Slaughterhouse just being super patient here, just running down this timer. I mean, they can't really do much in attack because Inked Geek has no health. Xylo kind of has 1 flash to work with. It's a rough situation for HYPA here, but all they really need to do, keep this clacker, just prepare for the next round, and as long as they can kind of keep the utility, they might have a chance in the last round, and that's all they're going to get. I'm glad they're extending this as much as they can, though, because it just leaves more content for us.
and Mackie running around picking up that saber.
Oh, that's really important for them right there. Yeah, that's a very smart play for Mackie to move in to try to get extra weapons right there for the team. That saber might come in very handy on this last round.
And this is match point for both teams.
Yeah,
now.
Match point for both teams here. It's all up to this final map. This will basically decide the victor of the match so far. I mean, if HYPA wins, then it's going to be a tie between both teams for score wise in the grand scheme of things. But if Slaughterhouse wins, they do tie this up the match. I mean, which means that they'll have the win from the last game as well. So it's not looking good for HYPA. They just need to win 1 more here to tie it up in the whole matchup.
And it looks like the final map is going to be this factory map. We've got, as you said, this office that doesn't overlook the bomb. So, although it does have some very nice angles on the storage and servers.
Yeah, I didn't expect the office to have that good of an angle onto servers, but supposedly it does. It seems to. I mean, I'm looking at it in the free cam mode right now, and yeah, it has a very nice angle straight onto servers, and you can look straight into storage at the same time. So this office area is very strong for holding both entrances into the main factory area, other than the docks, obviously, and the fan. But yeah, it's a completely match point right now. This is the final round of this matchup, and I would say it's in favor of Slaughterhouse. They've got the motivation. HYPA has been down a few rounds right here. They lost 2 rounds in a row right there, just trying their best to secure the victory. And now it's up to this final round. They're very anxious. Slaughterhouse also ideally probably putting in their best effort here, so also a very anxious here. So it's going to be a very tense match, or very tense game right here, to see who finishes up the game. And oh, Mackie, oh no, Mackie, what are you doing with the mop up there? Oh no.
Not only the mop, but also the saber on Josh, and an auto shotty on Resi. A shot, but it doesn't.
Mackie might go for another peek.
It doesn't. Nope, he jumps down. It does not get a kill. And we got the attackers running around to storage. Resi clicking that clacker up there by. Oh, and the breach into servers flash out. Smoke as well. A lot of smokes. It looks like they're going to be
Whoa.
trying to
They're clearing
rush
out
that bomb.
their path through the
They're
smoke.
clearing it out there, running, shelving. Josh gets the kill onto Silo with the Saber. Volps takes a kill onto Zombie, but Rezi goes down. Some shots back and forth. Rain gets
Oh
the kill.
no. It's all up to Shady to finish up the round. Yep. There it is.
There it
Tied
is.
up. Slaughterhouse just completely closing that up there with a tie, and I believe with the victory from the first game, I think that's gonna put them in the victor spot, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so they've got I think Slaughterhouse has shown here that they're a force to be reckoned with, especially on attack and defense, it seems. I mean, Mackie just absolutely putting in work during the entire game.
I mean, that like I said earlier, I could watch these two teams play all day. There are some amazing strats coming out. Some, you know, like the HYPA try to do a door charge on an interior door. Had that come to fruition, that would have been an amazing little strat to see. Unfortunately, it just didn't make it. But both of these teams showing, their creativity, their amazing planning, some awesome shots. I mean,
Yeah,
it really
it's
was a hard-won victory by Slaughterhouse.
yeah, that was really tense throughout the entire matchup, and I'm still very shocked to see the plans that happened that game. You know, the clacker on the green door on the factory. There was a lot of wall banging going on, a lot of interesting wall charge plays, and in the end, both teams have shown their absolute skill in this game.
HYPA not really being able to pull it off right there at the end with those trying to rush the bomb, but that they really did put up such a fight, and it was so great. I cannot wait to see these teams play. They are they have cemented themselves as some of the best teams, and some of these moments have left me speechless. And so this I mean, this is one of the greatest games that I have seen. This was just amazing. Some of these angles, the the angle on the red door through two different windows to get two kills. The Of course the door charge on the green door in factory. It it was just great.
Yeah, so it's looking good so far for both teams here. They both put in great work, and well, I'm interested in seeing them in the future fight once again, but for today, that is it. There is going to be no more matches for the rest of today, so you can calm down now. Get up off the edge of your seat now. And yeah, that's going to be it for today's match or matches. And yeah, so remember to tune in next week. We do have a lot more games coming in very, very soon. So make sure you keep in tune for that. Make sure to follow the channel so you don't miss a stream, and also be in the Discord so you can be alerted to when the streams are going to happen. Um, any closing words, Gooby?
No, not none for me. I mean, I still on the edge of my seat. I gotta calm down. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. This was a very exciting matchup, and you know, can't wait to see more next week.
Yeah, make sure to stay tuned for that, and we'll see you next week. This has been Spooky, joined by Gooby, and we'll see you next time.
Hello everyone, it's Simba here. We're going to be raiding my friend. He's doing a 36-hour stream for charity. Check him out. Bring along a load of hype. He's going to love it. Just come with this raid. It's for a good cause. And I hope to see you all in his chat. Peace out.